Couple months ago, I made this video. Not months, I should say years. 2 years ago, I made this video, and you guys really seemed to like it. But with me using a fake, a fake Power Rangers dress-up website to get the suits, it really didn't fit my aesthetic. So I decided to ask ChatGPT to create me a plot, the suits, the Zords, as well as going off my original concept. And I wanted to see what it can come up with. And this is what it came up with. Now, mind you, I told it to combine aspects from Gosei Sentai Ranger. So just take that into account, okay? So the team's name is the Hindu Power Rangers Dharma Sentai. The team's concept is that five chosen warriors are granted fragments of divine Shakti by the gods to defend the balance between Dharma and Adharma. Their powers are inspired by particular deities, but the Rangers remain mortal champions rather than incarnations of the gods. Pretty much their powers run from the gods, but they're not like Lord Shiva isn't a Zord, pretty much. So the first ranger we have is the Red Ranger. His divine patron is Agni. He's the leader and the warrior of fire. His personality is bold, passionate, courageous, and occasionally reckless. His team's emotional center and the most willing to put himself in danger for others. His suit is basically crimson armor with gold trim, a flame-shaped shoulder armor, stylized fire symbol across the chest, gold accents resembling tongues of flames, and a red scarf sash that moves dramatically during combat. I don't think I'm gonna keep the scarf part. His fighting style is a powerful hand-to-hand combat mixed with explosive strikes. His weapon is a sword called the Agni Vajrahara, which functions as a flaming blade. His signature attack is the Agni Mahastra. He channels fire through his weapon and delivers a massive flaming strike. His Zord is pretty much the Agni Lion. The next ranger we have is the White Ranger Swarsati. Swarsati is the team's White Ranger, and her divine patron is Swarsati. The role is a strategist, and she is the warrior of knowledge. So we have elements mixed in with like intelligence, strength, etc. The personality is calm, intelligent, and observant, and extremely disciplined. Her suit is pretty much the same as the Red Ranger's, just white with silver armor and blue detailing. Her fighting style is extremely precise martial arts. Rather than overpowering enemies, she just uses redirection instead. And her Zord is the Swan, the Guardian of Wisdom. Her signature attack is the Swarsity Vidya Strike, and her weapon is a bow. The Blue Ranger's divine patron is Varuna. He is the second command and the warrior of water. His personality is serious, honorable, patient, and protective. His suit pretty much follows the other rangers as well. His fighting style is defensive. His weapon is a trident, and his Zord is the Makara. The Yellow Ranger is Hanuman. His divine patron is Hanuman, and his roles or abilities is strength slash speed. I think I might just keep the strength. His personality is energetic, humorous, loyal, and fearless. His team's powerhouse. Same as the other Rangers when it comes to their suits. His fighting style is acrobatics, leap, spinning attacks, and overwhelming physical strength. And his weapon is the Gada Vajra, which is pretty much a giant Hanuman Zord, basically a monkey. And his weapon is nunchucks. The Green Ranger, Ganesha, he is the team's technician slash defensive specialist. He is friendly, clever, creative, and surprisingly mischievous. His suit follows the same ones. His fighting style is heavy defense, such as grappling. His weapon is the Vigor Chakram, which is a large circular weapon that becomes a shield or a disc. I think I might just keep the shield part. And his Zord is the Mujika, which is basically a version of Ganesh, which is a giant elephant. The sixth ranger would be Krishna. Krishna is, rather than being part of the original five, Krishna appears later as a sixth ranger. There are seven rangers in total. The ranger's color is purple. The title is Dharma Ranger, and and this ranger is basically a wild card slash master warrior. Charismatic, playful, incredibly intelligent, and difficult for other rangers to read. They don't really know whether if they're a good guy or a bad guy. Their weapon is the Sudarshana disc, a summoned emerald chakra that can fly through the battlefield and return to him, basically a boomerang. And the second weapon is a flute. And his Zord is the guardian Garuda, a giant celestial bird. Now, the Zords combine into a bigger Zord, and that Zord would be called the Dharma Megazord, which is pretty much a giant warrior beast. The villains are the Asura Legion, who have been fighting the incarnations of these rangers throughout time. Think of Kamen Rider Kuga, where there's always been a Kuga throughout multiple timelines. But I decided to add one more ranger, causing it to be 8 rangers, and this would be the Shiva Ranger, the destroyer of Adharma. His divine patron is a Shiva, and his ranger his colors are obsidian black with blue, and he is the 7th ranger. He is the Madaba Ranger, pretty much a wild card just like the previous Ranger, but his powers can get pretty much insane, and he can literally destroy everything in his path if he doesn't manage it correctly. His fighting style is similar to the Red Rangers, as him and the Red Ranger are brothers, and his Zord is I believe it's a wolf, and his primary weapon is a Trishula, and his guardian beast is a Nandi, which is a giant celestial bull. Sorry, it's a bull. And these are the images for these Rangers, and this is their Zords as well. So this is pretty much the plot of what my team's origins are. So there we go. I'm trying to do it in a way where it could spread across an entire season. So let's just jump in. These Rangers are going to a festival. They're all friends and work at a mandir that's in New York City in America. And the mandir is throwing a festival, a fictional festival, I should say, firstly. The festival is called the, if I can find, all right, yep, here it is. Okay, the festival. But before that, all right, the festival. The Festival of Dharma. It's a fictional community celebration combining prayer, music, food, cultural performances, and a ceremony honoring the divine principles represented by the 7 rangers. The 7 rangers aren't seen as gods, but they are known throughout legend in this universe. The 7 young people are all there that night. Ryu, who is the Red Ranger, is helping with the younger kids and playing football with some of them outside. His brother, Ren, he is helping with security and assisting temple volunteers. Anika is helping organize books and educational materials. Lakshmi, who is another ranger, is working with the food and charity volunteers. Arjun is performing with the young group and joking around with everyone. Rohan is helping with the sound and electrical equipment. Parvati, who has a deeper connection to the temple, is helping with the elders. Nobody knows that this will be the last peaceful night they ever know. Then, during the celebration, something strange happens. The lights throughout the mandir suddenly start to go out, the music stops, the air becomes unnaturally cold, and the temple's ancient protective bells begin ringing themselves. The elders immediately realize something is wrong. The mandir was built over an ancient spiritual site, and beneath it is a selected chamber containing an artifact known as the Dharma Jyoti, the light Dharma. The artifact isn't a weapon, but it's more of a seal, and the enemies, pretty much the villains, the Ashura Legion, found it and were able to break it. This causing the temple to be destroyed, and this causing many of the Rangers' parents and loved ones to be killed in the process. Only a select few were able to get out, including the 7 Rangers, doing their best to help. Eventually, one of the elders that survived granted the 7 Rangers their morphers, saying that they are the Lord's only hope, as the Ashura Legion will now take over the world with demons appearing all over New York. So the Rangers grab their morphers and head out to stop the Ashura Legion. And that is the beginning of the show.